myself, I updated my resume about 60 times and called things, right? I think the most important thing is
You were a Kinesiology major before you went to Deloitte.
for having a basketball injury in high school.
Worst piece of career advice you ever received? What's up, guys? I'm with
Mursal. So it took me 6 years to graduate. And I think most people, when they think about that, I was like, wow, that's a long time to graduate college. But a moment, an opportunity for me to learn more about myself. The first 2 years of college, I was majoring in kinesiology, but sort of reality set in, right? I think after the year and a half, once I realized that it is a very saturated market and there wouldn't be maybe as many opportunities as I would hope, I kind of sat myself down and thought about what is it that I really want to do. So I went back to just research, and with cyber becoming, a huge player in the industry, I realized it would be an interesting field to get into. I think that sparked my change in going to the college, talking to my counselor, in the career center. It really allowed me to tap into an area that I didn't even know existed.
What are some of the biggest tips that you would give to connect with a professional, either in an interview or in a coffee chat?
Do your research. When it comes to interviewers, these are knowledgeable people. They can see through the BS. Just being complete, open, and honest about your experiences. The most important thing is, when you go to these interviews, they're going to ask you things like, why Deloitte? Why this firm? And I think you should have 2 or 3 reasons of why you want to work at the firm. Whether it's upward mobility, learning opportunities that you'll have at Deloitte, the experiences that you heard about from other colleagues. In addition to that, if you're getting into a certain area of work, for me was cybersecurity, having some foundational knowledge about what cybersecurity is, why you like cybersecurity and why you want to do cybersecurity. Myself, and going to that, the way I was able to impress the interviewer was on LinkedIn doing research, and I noticed that Deloitte acquired a company, Hash Technologies. And so there during the interview, I said, hey, I saw Deloitte is investing a lot of money into, acquiring companies. So the investment in those technologies shows a willingness to want to grow in this field, and I would love to be a part of that growth and change.
Definitely. Do you have maybe like a copy or interview success story that you want to share too?
Yeah, interview success story I can talk about it. Viewing with a manager, it got to a point where I felt like the interview went smooth, but I still wasn't finish line. And so when it came to the back end of the interview, he asked me, is there any questions that you have? I said, yeah, I actually did put together a list of questions. I asked him the professional side of a little bit about your experience and why you made the shift to Deloitte. How did you pick Deloitte? Some of the challenges your departments are facing. And then I was able to get more of the personal side. Hey, I know your job is probably very tiresome. You probably have a lot of work that you take care of, but what are some things you're passionate about outside of work? And he touched up on a point of the fact that he loves surfing and golfing. Recently had a baby girl, spending time with her. I took note of it. Most people would think that that would be basic detail, but I took note of that. And after the interview, I sent a follow-up email thanking the interviewer for his time, thanking him for his insight, as well as telling me about some of his experiences. And he thanked me back. It kind of gave me that nod of approval of like, he really appreciated that I remembered something as small as I ended up getting pushed to the next round. That was a big part of the success. Add that human element in there that it could really blow people away, or oftentimes people to give you that sort of opportunity and allow you to be a bit more personal.
So I'm curious, could you possibly walk me through the resume that you used to apply to Deloitte, and what did you do to make your resume stand out?
Simplicity is key. Whether you put it on some type of fancy paper, white piece of paper, like it's all going to go through the same system. Biggest thing that I did for my resume was writing things in clear English that anyone from a technical or non-technical background could understand. Also, with that being added, I made sure that anything that I put in my resume, any line that I had, I could speak to and talk about those experiences. As I was doing that interview prep, going through the interviews, I would highlight keywords on each sentence. I would go through it and say, okay, if someone was to ask me about a certain experience I have within a job or a club that I'm a part of, these are the keywords that I can use and talk about those experiences. In addition to that, I made sure that things were in chronological order, no spelling errors. I'm highlighting skills that the job that I'm applying for would find to be valuable. Grammatical errors as well. In talking to recruiters, the first thing they notice is grammatical and spelling errors. And if you see something like that, they will take the resume out.
What do you believe is the one skill or habit that students are not developing enough?
I think most people expect technical skill. While I think those things are important for certain roles, it's just about having that human aspect. Please and thank yous. Be grateful for the people that are taking time out of the day to help you out. Show appreciation. Go that extra step to say thank you, please. On top of that, be grateful for the opportunities that you do have and realize that your time will come, right? Everyone finds that opportunity. As long as you stay persistent, as long as you stay working hard and you know what your goals are, you'll end up exactly where you need to be. I'm a firm believer that God is the best of all planners. Right thing will come for you when the time is right. Just stay patient, stay working hard, and thank those people that are helping you on the journey. You'll be surprised with those people that will reach out with a lending hand.
What is the worst piece of career advice you ever received, and why?
To get to where you want to be, you have to step over people. Because I think especially in a career or in a place like Deloitte or any of these firms, those people get weeded out sooner than later, right? Those people don't get to those positions that they hope and anticipate. Kindness, being genuine will get you a lot farther. To work with people of different backgrounds, different learning styles, and that you'll have to adjust, and you have to be willing to treat people with respect if you want respect.